Howdy there, folks, and welcome back to Bullets for Bucks. My name's Steven. I'm joined here with Kyle. We're going to be going over some Marlin rifles, or lever actions. I'm not super knowledgeable, actually, when it comes to lever actions. He knows a lot more, so we'll defer to you for more information. But this is the 1894. And is this one since Ruger's purchased the company?
This is a Ruger built 1894.
Okay, so we have the Ruger built 1894. And it's got the threaded barrel, stainless steel, and the laminate stock. So really slick looking, a whole Picatinny rail, quite long. And then we have the older pre-Ruger 1894 CS. So this has a wood stock or wood furniture and a blued receiver and blued barrel. I guess we can go over each one a little bit individually and then compare them a little bit. But what are your favorite features, or what do you have to say about this one here?
Favorite feature? Probably its accessories. The threaded barrel, being able to shoot 38 subsonic with a suppressor. Just a great gun for going to the range. It's just a handy setup, and especially with that suppressor for kids or teaching somebody to shoot, it's great to have that option.
I took it out to the range, and we'll show you that footage in this video, and it's actually really easy to shoulder. It's pretty short. I like the balance of it. It's not like awkward to hold or anything like that. It's lighter, in my opinion, than it even looks. Also, I like that the loop here is kind of like curved, so it doesn't dig into your hand. This one is kind of squared off. I don't prefer this. Like, my hand just digs into the metal more using that. Also, having the pick rail on it, I mean, it's nice if you do want to mount an optic, but it comes with the peep sight, which is cool. Did it come with this front fiber optic here? Or?
It did, yeah. It comes with a front fiber optic sight and the peep sights and the extended rail.
And then it's got a front sling swivel stud, a rear one right here, about an inch thick. I mean, that's just very much a traditional rubber stock. It's not like remarkable in any way, really. And this is the 357, or you can shoot the 38 special, so that's kind of nice. I don't know much about the 1894 history. Do you know anything at all?
It was a competitor to the Winchester offerings, the 1892. The nice thing was, instead of the open bridge, that these have always been easier to scope with the solid bridge versus the offerings from Winchester. So a little bit easier to put some sights on. Some guys like the closed action, some guys prefer the Winchester, but I've always liked the solid receivers of the Marlins.
Now, when you say like closed action and open action, like what exactly are we talking about? Are you talking about where the top's open, or?
Yeah, on the Winchester models, you know, you're going to have an entire open bridge up top. There's no bridge, so when the bolt slides back, you can look all the way down in the action.
I could be off, but that kind of reminds me of like a falling block rifle in a way, the way it looks on top anyway. But so that's what it looks like open there. I like that I mean, this thing's been shot a decent amount, but it's smooth, feels good. It's got a safety right here. Pretty nice trigger for a lever action. Let's go ahead and see what it comes in at on our Wheeler scale here. Curved trigger blade on this. Just over 5 pounds. Just a little bit of creep. Normal amount, not really a lot of over travel, just a teeny bit of creep, but not a bad trigger. Now, I know I talked to Ruger at SHOT Show 2 years ago, and they said that, I forget what the term was, but they're like tumbling all the parts, polishing them, and they said that Marlin didn't really do that before. I don't know how true that is, but it did seem to me that the newer ones were pretty smooth. Like, I have a 336, not an 1894, that's pre-Ruger, and then I played with a Ruger one, a 336, and it was way smoother in my opinion than the old, like the Marlins from like maybe 12 years ago.
I think the tolerances are a little bit better. You know, just reading on the internet and some of the stuff is when they changed hands, a lot of the tooling was worn out from the original Marlin production, so they were relying more on hand fitting, especially when Remington picked it up. They had some quality control issues.
Okay.
And then so Ruger, I really think they did a great job. You know, because you have the JM marked Marlin, the original production Marlins, and then you had the interim Remington owned Marlins, and then you went to the Ruger, and when they did it well. I haven't had trouble, and I don't know anybody who's had any trouble with the current production models. It's been a great gun. It's a lot of fun.
All right, we got a 357 defense load. It's probably going about 1,600 feet a second at 20 feet on an RTS Tactical level 4 plate. So a shot right here, looks like it expanded like it was supposed to as a defense round and came out on these edges, but caught most of it. Nothing went through the backside. All right, shooting 357 Magnum on RTS Tactical Level 4 plate. These are defense rounds at 20 feet. All right, let's see what we got. We've shot this twice with 38 special rounds. We shot it twice with 357 defense rounds. Down here was the 38 special, then 357 defense, 357 defense. Nothing went through. Plate's working great, catching a lot of the spall too, which is nice. And then we have the CS. Who owned the company, do you think, when this one was made?
This is Marlin. So one of the things a lot of collectors are looking for would be the stamp on the back, the JM mark stamp.
Okay, yeah, right there.
So a lot of collectors are looking for the original production. When Remington took over, a lot of them have one of those digital scan codes on them.
I'm pretty sure my 336 is a Remington, which probably explains why it's not as good, but I'm kind of a hater, but...
No, it has that little square on it. And,
yeah.
Some of the font stuff was different.
Howdy there, folks. Today we're going to be testing out this Luxe Gun hunting tripod kit with this Noreen ULR 2.0 50 BMG. It's made of 6061 T6 aluminum, has a hard anodized finish, quick coarse throw lever so that you can quickly adjust the width for the appropriate size forend of your rifle. Does come with a Arca Swiss adapter plates and some spiked feet as well. Tighten it down a little bit, and then it has a quick throw lever. Clamp that down. That is a locking throw lever. It also has a ball head. This clamp, once it's clamped down, holds really solid. It doesn't move around or drift on you at all. This one comes with just chew positions. If you do just pull it out, you can actually just adjust it wherever you want, all the way down to a prone level. You can adjust the height from 12.2 centimeters to 164 centimeters. So if you're interested in purchasing this tripod for precision shooting or hunting, go ahead and check out the shopping carousel below and use promo code BULLETS $4 to save.
So a lot of collectors, I mean, they got driven up. The prices on the original JMs have really gone through the roof. They used to be a little bit more affordable for collectors. That's how I ended up getting into Marlin. My wife is actually a Winchester collector.
Oh, really?
She collects Winchester lever guns, and I'm partial to the Marlins. Because when you're getting into collectors, at the time, Marlins were a little bit cheaper for the JM market. And now, since they've changed hands and there's no longer the original production, they've changed hands twice. Seen some of the JM marked guns really skyrocket.
Oh, that's cool. So what's something like this come in at then, usually?
As low as $1,000, and I've seen them go, depending on the model, I've seen them go for as high as $2,000.
Oh, wow.
Depending on what they're doing on Gunbroker and what specific models. I've seen a lot of the cowboy versions go for a lot more money. Something like this, you're looking at probably $1,500 on Gunbroker.
I noticed the stock's a little bit different than this one. If you look here, like the slope is a lot different. This is like more of a traditional cowboy style almost in a way, whereas this is more of like just a regular modern, I don't even know. That's similar even to like a bolt action rifle in a way. So pretty cool long neck right there. Some like texturing or checkering, the checkering in the forend, checkering in the buttstock here. About a quarter or half inch, really hard. I mean, it's rubber, but it's like almost like plastic. It's so hard buttstock. So back when people were tougher, I guess. And is this one 357 or 38 special as well? So same as the other. And we can see how it feels here. I don't know, honestly, I feel like the other one's just a touch less catchy, but similar. Let's see what the trigger on this one breaks at. It's curved trigger blade, pretty much the same as the other one. Lighter trigger though, coming in at 3 pounds. So I don't know if that's from wear or if it's just lighter, but that's definitely a lighter trigger, which is always nice in my opinion. A little bit loose though, maybe just from wear. And then nice clean break though, but yeah, the trigger blade itself is kind of like a little bit looser.
Lever actions have always kind of been known just because of the linkage and how it works. They've always kind of had that sloppy trigger. I am really excited. Timney's got some offerings for these guns.
Oh, do they?
That I really would like to try out. This one will probably be getting a new trigger here soon, even as good as it is from the factory. I just like to try it out. Yeah,
I noticed it a little bit more, but that probably is just from wear.
It doesn't flop as much as some of the old ones. I've got a 336 that the trigger really rattles when you're, in the shop.
This one's definitely a lot lighter though, so that's interesting. I mean, I always prefer a lighter trigger being a bolt action guy. And then this has more of a traditional style. It doesn't have like a peep sight, it's just a traditional open sight. Yeah.
And that's got the barrel bands, the more traditional barrel bands.
Okay. And the barrel on this one's obviously long.
Yeah, I think it's
a little bit longer.
I think it might be an 18.
So let's see how much this one weighs since there's no scope on it at least. 5 pounds, 12.8 ounces. This one with a scope is going to obviously weigh different, but it's got a little Leupold LPVO scope on there, right at 7 pounds exactly. So that's not bad at all. Which one's your favorite?
I always tend towards the classics, but I mean, the ability to put a suppressor on this one just takes it above and beyond. I mean, it's such a quiet gun. Shooting 38s, I've got 158 grain full metal jacket load running with my suppressor, and it's subsonic. And then, you know, you're getting 9+1 and shooting subsonics. It's just great. Knocks plates down well. You know, it's just a lot of fun. Anybody who's gotten into suppressors knows, like, you just can't go back.
Yeah, I mean, we'll show the footage. It was quiet. So is the capacity the same on these tube magazines?
I think this one holds one more.
I mean, they consider that a tube magazine, right?
Yep, it's a tube.
I'm not very smart when it comes to this stuff. So like, but it's not like a 22 where you put them in the tube like directly.
They're all gate fed. That's one of the things that, like, some of the earlier Henrys, they have a gate fed model now. But that was one of the reasons why I gravitated towards the Marlin even when the Henrys originally came out. At the price point, I liked the side gate loading. I mean, that's the traditional side gate loading for the center fire cartridges.
Well, that's pretty cool. I appreciate your time, and go ahead, guys, and check out these Marlin 1894 rifles. They're pretty cool. A lot of fun shooting steel out at the range. Look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thanks for watching Bullets for Bucks. Check out this next video and subscribe.